Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Galactic Thursdays. I just love this new offering, this new insight, and this opportunity to talk about our friends in the galaxy. I just love it. So thank you for your encouragement, your positive responses. Okay, let's dive into it. For those of you that are new, I'm Jeanette Biro. I'm a medium and a channeler. And on Thursdays, I tap into my galactic guides. And they bring insights from the cosmos, from their perspective, and whatever else it will become, because I know we're just at the beginning of what this is. And if I follow the way any of my other offerings have kind of blossomed and flourished, they blossom in their own unique way. So, I mean, like I said, we're just at the beginning of this. So this is going to become something really neat. So on Thursdays, I tune in, so I'm going to do that right now and see who's here and see what the message is. So just hold on one sec. Okay, so this is coming from the three monks. I call them the three monks. They are Pleiadian guides of mine. They were some of the first to come forward from a galactic nature and show themselves. When they first came to me, they came cloaked and they wouldn't show me what they looked like. And I was like, no, you can show me, let me see your face. And they're like, no, you're not ready. And so I worked with them for a couple months. I got to know them really well. I began to trust them, and they're very, very kind. And I remember when they took their cloaks off, I was rattled. Because at this point, I wasn't used to the idea of working with galactics. I thought mediumship was past loved ones and angels and spirit guides, but I didn't realize some of those guides could be galactic, and it really rattled me. Anyways, all to say, that was many, many moons ago. It's so much fun that they are coming forward now to share these messages, because the Pleiadians have been really wanting to come forward a lot for many people to share insights in our ascension and our growth. And so what they wanted to bring through today was, yes, fair. They wanted to bring through the idea that we hear a lot about interdimensional beings, right? Beings that are not of one specific place or dimension. They move through dimensions, right? So they are sort of formless in a sense. They can move from one place to another through dimensions. They're saying in many ways, though, you can embrace the interdimensionalness of your soul and your spirit. When you believe that you're not just limited to this physical body, you have the ability to expand, journey, travel to all dimensions as well, depending on how high your frequency can carry you. They said as you start to awaken to this ability within you, you'll realize the fluidity of what is our 3D reality that we live in. We'll realize that it is simply a 3D reality. However, when you look at it through a lens of a higher frequency, it becomes fluid. Now, this is interesting because they're going really fast. I'm like, hold up, don't get ahead of me. So in this reality, we see things as really tangible, right? Like this is solid because it is solid and it vibrates in a capacity of 3D. But if we were to move into a higher dimensional reality, my arm, my hand could become more fluid and pliable because it's not based on the limits of 3D reality. So they're saying the reason why they're bringing that through right now is they want to start to kind of massage the idea of really getting out of the box that we see ourselves in. And even as we are expanding and growing, we still hold somewhat tightly to this perceived box of reality. And they're saying this perceived box of reality is going to start changing. And it's going to start changing because we are opening more to the interdimensionalness of who we are. And so one of the ways they're saying to really connect into this idea and this experience is through meditation. And more specifically, meditation in nature if you're able. So like sitting by a tree, sitting right by the water's edge, sitting in a garden. The energy of nature on our planet can help up your vibrations so that you can start to see beyond the limitations. And an example they're giving me of that is you may sit in front of a tree at first and you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this meditation. I'm going to connect into this interdimensionalness within myself. Here I am, plunk. You sit down, you feel the tree in your back, you close your eyes. You're like, okay, I'm on Earth. I'm sitting here. I feel the tree. Here we go. It'll take a little bit, but as you start to tune in and you start to release the belief that you are separate from that tree because you are in a body and the tree is its own body and the two pieces meet, as you start to just connect energetically, you may start to experience yourself sinking in to the tree. And maybe at one point in your meditation, you start to feel like you are inside the tree completely. Or you might feel like the ground kind of opens up and you start sinking into the earth and you're connecting to the roots of the tree and all of you is one and the same. It's those experiences that start to bring us into that awareness of the interdimensional nature of ourselves, of our soul, and of our spirit. And when we start to do that, we start to see how our body is like an avatar. It is not an unconscious avatar, though. I want to be very clear about that. There is a consciousness in the body, but we are not simply limited to the confines of the box of the reality we see ourselves in. And so, with all of that being said, in their most loving energy, they're saying to bring that into a concept of tangible reality for you. Go sit in nature where you can. Connect in with the energetics of nature and notice where you start to feel a blend. I can share one experience I had with this was, and there's a video on my YouTube page here, so if you look it up, it was, I can't remember what it was called, but I blended with the energy of water. And I swam out into this middle of this lake and it was freezing cold, but I didn't feel it. And I merged with the energy of water where I couldn't tell where the water ended and I began. And that wasn't just because of being cold. It was this spiritual experience of complete merging with the elements. And so it's that same idea helps us to realize that we are so much more. And that is what they're wanting us to recognize and start to bring into our awareness. That we're not just aware of spirit, up above us or farther beyond the veil, but we are the same energetic of spirit within here on this planet, transcending the confines of what we perceive as reality. That's very cool. That is not at all what I was thinking would come through today. Yes, they're saying, again, there's often times where words can get in the way of how to understand it, which is why they're emphasizing the experience of merging with nature. Nature can lead you in that experience. All right, I will leave that with all of you. I do want to touch on really quickly, we have an amazing full moon tonight, the Aries full moon. It's an epic time to tune into you, a little less on manifesting, but a little more on recognizing what's happening within you. So definitely check out the video that should be showing up on your screen shortly. A beautiful insight from myself and Lisa Richmond if you missed it yesterday. Also a sound meditation for a ceremony that you can bring into your experience tonight with the moon. So I definitely encourage that. And that's about it. So I'll leave that with all of you. Have a beautiful rest of your day and I will see you tomorrow.